aka the highest good. Do you like my studious look? Do you like it? Do you like it? I know you do. All right. Admit to it. Just kidding. Because I haven't added the finishing touch just yet. And you know what that is? Lipstick. It just broke again earlier today, so I'm just gonna work with what I got. What is that? I don't know. Anyway, it's gonna be a little smudgy because, you know, it dropped and you see the crack right there. Okay. Oh, it's a smudgy. Okay. It's been a while since I've worn a headband, and I thought today was the perfect day with this getup. These are one of the matchy-match things that I have preset in my wardrobe. So when I put away my clothes, I pre-match certain things, so it'll be easier to go. And some of them I have never tried on. I think this one I don't think I've ever tried on. So it's been sitting like this for years in my boudoir, my casual boudoir. The bottoms don't really match, but it's okay. It's okay. All right, you know, I'll probably, do I wear these too? Extra studious. No, it's a little foggy. That's okay. So you know the crazy thing about this? Okay, so this is Gifts Unlocked for To the Inner Wild and her Divine Collective. Season 1, episode 13. And because it's the death card, I thought it would be perfect to, but there was not enough room for the characters to put that these are the inevitable freebies, because the only thing certain in life is, ladies and gentlemen, well, one of them is death. And so how crazy this is. And when I thought, like, when I checked the energies, I was like, okay, well, freebies will stick in there because we need like a little like joy time for sure. And so I thought, oh, well, it was an afterthought when I realized, like, oh, this is perfect because you know, there's like some a lot of implications of freebie, you know, like freebie tosses. And you know what, the left side has a reciprocation of freebies. I mean, frisbees. Oh my gosh, frisbee tosses. And that's so cool. Thank you. Hey, Brazil. And then you know how crazier this is? Okay, so there's obviously reciprocation on the frisbee tosses, and so everybody's playing nicely together on the one-on-ones. The Divine is ultimately seeing this. Our Starseed fam from another jam is watching us. The Seven Sisters right over there. Is it Seven Sisters? Yeah. And then I think so. And then on the right side, the doing side, is the freaking death card. You know how crazy that is? That's super psychic. So that's weird because I'm not used to, well, how do I say it? This is certainly a phase of regularity in which I can divine absolutely without the cards. Like, I think I was able to do that before, but it feels like evidence for sure. And I always convince myself that, oh, I just like the pictures. I just want to see, I just am a visual person. And which is all true, but it gave me this like comfort blanket that that it would help me see more, and yeah, train me to think more expansively than, you know, what is picturing in here, the flashing bulbs in here. And so yeah. So on the doing side is death, which is excellent. This is the finality. This is like, ultimately, this is what I'm going to tell you here. These are your freebies. This is finalized, and it's not up for grabs. This is secured for me and or my divine collective. Okay, so and those are the energy cards. Clarifiers are going to come from this puppy. Hello, USA. I'm from the Milky Way. Under the stars, Milky Way. What is that song? I don't know. I thought I'd do this a little early just because. Oh, dang. What is this? The Tower in Reverse. This is follow through. Okay, so this is a segue. This is a firm segue. This is like you cannot fake your death here. You know what was so crazy too beforehand? On yesterday's reading, when I was putting away cards, the final card was the Tower card. And then before that, King of Wands. And before that, the Hermit card in reversal. And before that, which I put away, was the Hierophant card. And I just needed some kind of confirmation, not clarity, just confirming that everything I was reading was absolutely. I had to keep myself in check, you know, that I wasn't like going power hungry or going dark unnecessarily, and everything was on point. I mean, I seriously got the Hierophant card twice when I put it back in the deck, and it just spat out again. And I thought it spat out for the third time because the garb, the robe, is the same thing in the Hermit card. So this is complete awareness. Yes, you are damn right correct. That I'm firm on what kind of connections I'd like to build. And I'm certain about that, you know, like striking. Like, so, and it's not just striking on my own accord, but also like there's awareness here. There's awareness from the divine striking through. Like this is the tower that I'm holding right over here. So it catches fire. You see? You see how crazy that is? There's an ultimate degree of certainty and connection that if some need to be struck, like almost like blown away with that kickback of fire, was it backdraft? Then so be it. Usually you don't see the Tower card like this. Usually the Tower card is like, oh, they're already falling. It's based on their own momentum of gravity. But here it's like they experience backdraft. You see kablooey for sure, which is crazy. I just noticed that. And there's more people than usual. Interesting. There's other creatures here, but I can't really make of it in the light. But it looks like there's also Waking Dead here in the entry point. All right, so there's that. All right, okay, so segue. My hair isn't doing its thing that it did earlier today. It actually feels quite stuffy. Maybe it's the angle. See how cute it is? Oh, it's so good. Okay. All right, so there's that. Oh, right here. Okay. Time for the header cards. Oh, wait. Did I already do the header cards? Oh, that was a segue. Okay. So let me just reorient these things. Okay. That's a segue. Now for the header cards. All right. 3, 2, 1. Cheese. What is it? 7 of Wands in reversal and 6 of Wands in reversal on the right side. That's the whole lot of wand. I mean, damn. I mean, well, I'm glad that I mentioned the King of Wands portion thing over there, because it's like, this is networking. This is how it is. There's like humbly greeting someone, right? Like level the playing field. We're not introducing by title. We're not introducing by hierarchy. This is an introduction of mutual respect. Hi, how are you? How are you? How do you do? So that's nice. Okay, so 6 and the 7 here. That's 13 wands. Again, the death card. Kind of like, what is it? Pickup sticks where you toss them and pile them up, and it's almost like Jenga in pulling each one. These are a little tricky, depending on what kind of floor surface you're working on. Of course, you have a more leniency. I know this because I grew up with it. This is what we did before technology got all cray-cray. But if you do it on carpet, it's a lot more forgiving. So, anyway, you just, if you want to learn, you pick it up along the way. I mean, you there's guides to it. I mean, if you Google up like on Amazon, there's like journal, like there's tutorials in how to do it. But mainly what I would suggest is going through like a walk by walk analysis of the cards on like life applications. What does it mean for this? And then you color the card in according to what you're intuitively drawn to, and then you compare against the regular like Rider-Waite Smith archive version, and then you learn the contrast of meanings. But the only way you're really going to I would say pick up on it is pick up on it very well is if you through integration applications. So yeah, I'm not going to do too much dialogue here because that's not my intent here. My intent is to do my reading here. Okay. If anyone wants to bid on my time, I do have personal readings as well. I do have written readings also. And just DM me first. I'm working on, you know, getting a more publicized version of my rates and all of that. But yeah, I already have them set because I've done pop-ups, show-ups. So I'll probably start at, you know, similar rates. And then they'll go up from there. I think 2026. That's what I'm gonna have to do. No worries. I just wanted that wasn't just for you to know. That was for everybody. You just helped introduce that. Okay, so back to here. 13 wands, pickup sticks. All right. So on the doing side, so again, how do you do? Nice to meet you. You know, mutual respect. What are your terms? What are my terms? Do they fit? Etc. Oh, thanks for the follow. All right. So then on the so this is follow through, like integration, like we were just talking about. So you're not off, you know. So then the death card here, 6 of Wands in reversal. It's like, well, there's a possible win. There's a potential win. There's already an inherent win. Like the freebie is, we have connected. We have acknowledged each other. I think the worst act of violence is, what do you call it? Ignorance. For sure. It's the seed, the worst seed of violence. And so when we look at that, we at least acknowledge each other. On the recipient end, we at least acknowledge each other's existence. And so there is a natural win to that, but then there could be more. Okay, there could be more. The only thing collectively that does feel like more like a loss is death itself, which we all experience singularly. So anyway, there's common ground in which we understand our lives to like that's the main component. So gifts unlocked for Toothie and Wild and her Divine Collective, Season 1, Episode 13, the freebies edition. Hidden in plain sight, these are inevitable. Go with this or this. This. Okay. This and this. Just this. Okay. Chariot. Okay, so we move on. Okay. That is the initiating point to see whether there is a bond or if there's a bounce, you know, like a ricochet. And whether if there's a ricochet, it doesn't automatically depict that there's incongruence or distaste. It's more like it doesn't directly imply that. Some are just like buoyant personalities and they like to go from here to there to this to that, etc. So we can't completely like isolate that energetic because it just means that we're different in some angles. Like our consistency. Not really our components, but our consistency. Like what we habitually like, what are our preferences, how do I say it? What are our habits? Because whatever we're consistent upon depicts what our preferences are or what we understand our best to be, our most favorable to be. And so when we look at the consistencies, it's like, okay, does this click or not? So anyway, moving forward, okay, that's the first point of contact. So gifts unlocked is basically bestowed upon Hecate, the crossroads. All right, so these are like energetic ley lines that I think are bound to happen. All right, so that's quite magical. I mean, Hecate is. She's the goddess, mother of all witches. All right, Hierophant in reverse. So this is like, yeah, free reign. You do what you please. You do as you please. Yeah, you do what works for you. You do you. Okay. So there's different greetings in which we sign off. So if there's like a ricochet, and then it's like, okay, the you do you part is like a like holding up a banner, like you know, like accolades in, you know, you do you, yeah, sure, go, you know, that kind of thing. And then there's that part where kind of like a dismissal, you know, you do you, okay, all right, no offense here. Okay, so what's fresh can't really like have long and lasting wounds, really. I feel like here this is kind of like, I don't really want to say speed dating. No, it's not 100% like that. In its technical sense, it kind of is. But this is... Let's move further. Let's see what they say here. Clarification. You just got back from a date. How was it? It's Sunday? A date on a Sunday? What are what are dates on a Sunday? Is it with someone that you like? I mean, someone that you know, or was it a blind date? I know I said I wasn't gonna do combos. I'm just curious. Okay. Clarifying the Hierophant card, Page of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, you do you, I do me, you know. That's what we're looking at over here. So the gift here, unlocked gifts, are think about us as like a bunch of raw stones in a tumbler. And so we're like you know, we could ricochet off of each other, but we're not ricocheting just like on a singular basis. We're ricocheting off of others. We're bouncing off ideas, concepts, etc. And so like we're you know, smoothing out the like rough edges. We become shinier, we become more refined, smoother, almost like what they call almost like a worry stone you keep in pocket. And it's it's like the primordial version of like, I don't know, a fidget spinner. You know, the people who have ADHD, kind of like they need something that kind of soothes them. Is that ADHD? Little pocket fidgety things. And so yeah, so in this you do you, I do me. It's like the gifts in here, um are um becoming more refined. Mm-hmm. I would definitely say that. Smoothing each other out, smoothing each other's wrinkles out, you know, the rough edges, all of that. And um, yeah, and so with that, there's more clarity provided on our true patterning, our true components. Some of us are built with like compounded matrix, so it could be um a mishmash of certain components. There's shared components, etc. And so there's a gift there. There's no real, like, at first glance, there's no major commitment, but there's a benefit in the interaction with each other. Okay, anything else? So that's that. Well, that's good. I mean, I'm just curious because I haven't been in the dating scene for a while. So being that yours was from an app, a specific app, I don't know. I have this prejudgment that apps, like, you have to babysit people. You have to, like, you have to root out people more. Like, you have to become your own casting agent. And even there's a lot of catfish energy. So it kind of like, it feels, I would say, draining. Just observation through what other people have to deal with. Like, you have to play the script game of this and that. And then you have to think about if you're being dealt with like as a numbers game. Like, oh, you just put in the volume and then you get like, you're guaranteed a certain return. And then and then depending, that's just like one aspect of that's the technicality of the game. And then there's the other, you know, stuff to it. So I don't want to discourage you. I'm just saying that I would suspect that Sundays are safe for a respectable date. Especially if it's like the first or the third, or even, you know, the fifth date. You know, you don't know how people are. Maybe, like, for me, I need greater checkpoints. But like Friday, Saturday, you like, there's a hint, like, can I just get a little, maybe something, you know. Yeah. So anyway, I just thought I'd mention. Oh, it's Monday. Holy crap. Yeah, it is a Monday. Okay. Monday's got to be absolutely safe. Like, everybody's busy. So, that's what I would presume. Thanks for correcting me. I had to forgot. All right. So anything else on this, you know, okay, we'll move on. Okay. So these are freebies. Gifts unlocked. Freebies edition. For Two Lunar Wild and your Divine Collective. What have we got over here? Okay. Eight of Swords in reverse. Okay. Freedom of what? Six of Swords in reverse. Okay, 14 Swords in reverse, Temperance. Managing one's own thoughts, words, manifestation techniques. This is being in the calm. And, okay. So the gifts unlocked currently is this weightlessness of freedom, of being released from very taxing situationships, things that pose to be a liability, any stressors. So even if this is like following a tower moment, this is kind of the free fall version of like parachuting. Knowing that you're ultimately safe, but enjoying what it's like to witness what it's like being a fledgling. You've already earned your wings, but this is like the free fall and relaxing in that it's like a huge trust fall. Like, you know that you're ultimately safe. You're doing your counts in order to pull the parachute, you know, at a safely given time. So your adrenaline is not so rushed because it's been rushed before. So knowing the difference between foolish anxiety and and exciting anxiety, and because of the mastery, at least I can say for myself, engaging in foolish anxiety and seeing that in hindsight, testing myself in the exciting part of my life to like find that calm. That's how I know I've really aced self-control, but also there's like a hidden like enjoyment in in um treating something extraordinary with an even more extraordinary experience. Like, it's expected to feel anxiousness and stressors and like adrenaline when you jump out of like a plane, knowing that you have like a parachute or whatever, or any high place with a parachute, and or like a paraglider, whatever. But to find the calm is just another level of hitting a new level of endorphins, you know? And so that's what I would like to do. So I'm speaking from like imagining what it would be like, and putting myself in that place. So I think this is actually a very good exercise in knowing what it would be like stepping from one frame of life that I've been so accustomed to, with a few, you know, twists and turns and unexpected stuff, including emergencies and this and that, to, you know, a realm that is quite accommodating, if not glamorous. And one that exhibits a whole lot of exposure and power and responsibility. And so that's, I think, where this is coming from. This is where it's originating from. That the gift in having this kind of like interim is not, it doesn't feel like purgatory right now, because I would find purgatory to be kind of stressful. Like, where am I? Am I going to be here? Am I going to be there, etc.? And so I think I'm finding that calm in the segue, the transition. Yeah, so this is temperance in thought, in word, in manifestation here in total. For sure. So that is the unlocked gift here, and I can speak for myself. I don't know about for my divine collective, but um you know, I wouldn't gatekeep something like that. I think that would be of benefit to anyone, whether or not you're diagnosed with this or that, you know. And again, I have to say, all of my readings, for technical purposes and legal purposes, that this is for entertainment purposes only. You know how we can find um, realms of professionalism in certain industries. So I'm not your, how do I say it? Technically, I am not your lawyer, not your doctor, not your psychiatrist, not any of one of those things. You subscribe to whatever you just subscribe to, whoever you subscribe to. That is purely your responsibility. That is your accountability realm right there. I have to just say shit like that to protect myself, just as any other um, energy reader, psychic, whatever. Oh, thanks for the hearts, darling. Oh my God. To the last Valentine scrotum dude. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah. Okay. All right, so this is wonderful. I guess we needed some levity in here. So clarifying this unlocked gift. Unlocked gifts. This particular one. So this is wonderful. This is good preparatory stuff. Yeah. So this is not like, okay, the ultimate trust fall where you've done it 1,000 times, so you're kind of like jaded, you're used to it. This is no, this is a real fledgling. This is a real opportunity to like being a fledgling is severely underrated. I think we've kind of like mechanized it as a weapon to say like, oh, we're just like, you know, Terminator 2, whatever, we hit the ground running, etc. First to market. But this is you know, it is definitely a new level that's unlocked, and experiencing this kind of adrenaline with at first introduction with this calmness, like this is the here and now, this is the ultimate moment, the now moment, and I don't feel shaky about it. This is kind of like what are they gonna say about it? This is the ultimate point of clarity, where even amongst uncertainty, like true uncertainty, you don't know if that parachute is gonna like really come out. You don't know if that paraglide is gonna like have a faulty whatever the frick. And so, you know, in that calm, it's Yeah, it's definitely a whole new level. The now moment. I don't think I had a particular date on what my now moment was. I think it's just going through a lot of trying times. That a lot of turbulence that um shakes you into like waking up. Like wake up for real. um Not in the urge to put out a fire, um but like you don't deserve to um make your experiences worse than what they are. You don't deserve to, when I realized I don't deserve to um take the fall or absorb it. That's when I realized, it shook me out of it. Out of someone else's implicated now moment. That's just going through a lot of turbulence. So let's see. King of Wands, we're back. We're back. So this is kind of like, this reminds me of like a crazy, what is it? Is it raining? Is it pouring? What is it? The Willy Wonka's boat ride. But like this is Venice style, so it's a little bit like more upscale in that. So it's navigating those seas. And this is when we were talking about that, the turbulence, I immediately thought of like the skipper. Just sit right back and you hear a tale of a faithful trip, I think, that started from, I don't know, aboard this tiny ship. Yeah, the mate was a tiny mate. I don't remember. I don't remember exactly. I'll remember it off screen, but yeah, there's that. Well, thank you. Um, this lives are not pre-recorded. So King of Wands, yeah. So it's commanding one's navigation like it's a milestone in itself. You see, like it's firmly knowing that moving along is the biggest milestone ever. Everybody knows that, and especially in businesses, that change is not the easiest thing to digest nor assimilate to. And so moving along is like, probably this is one of the strongest networkers of all. Yeah, it's a captain. And let me see, anything else? Okay, gifts unlocked for To the Inner Wild and Her Divine Collective. Season 1, Episode 13, the Freebies edition. Inevitably speaking. This is one. Okay. 10 of Swords in reverse. Look at that. Phoenix energy. Like, for the King of Wands to be the master of a different suit than like swords, that's air, like he's navigating in waters, like moving through, and it's not always waters, but like this is opposing what his true familiarity is. So this is moving in his north node energy. And once you engage in that with all of those uncertainties, like this is working on a stellar note. So what are they saying about this? So gifts unlocked, the crazy stuff that we're put through. The crazy things that were environments and whatnot that we our place to navigate through puts us in a better position. Mhm. Once we find different routes and different ways of survival. And survival in that context is actually not just the bare bones, like getting through it day by day, but that's also thriving. That is also like in crazy situations, survival in itself is amplified to like the spirit thriving. And so you can't whatchamacallit, this is a great depiction of that energy. um 4, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. Okay, so there's that. So this is almost like, this reminds me of a mustache right here, this bird. So there's experiences in life, I'm just showing it to you upright, that yeah, very warrior like. The Four of Swords, that's contemplation, healing. Like this energy was made an example of, like his homie or her homie was made an example of, food for thought. Like if you do this, like you and you try to come any further or try to get to this castle, any essence of home, you are absolutely going to get fucked up. Like these four swords are waiting for you, just like we did over here. It's kind of like the stake with the skull on the top of it. And so you're sitting over here almost like blocked. Like, I have a sword of truth. I know what's up. And then there's one other sword from your dying, brother or sister. And so I'm speaking, in regular, lingo sense. But so this impression of like fully trying to like kick a man when he's down, but also this is like the Hunger Games type of energy. Like, I'm going to make an example of you. Once you know, like, not to fight each other, I'm going to, there's something about that there. So it's emasculating is what I'm saying with the mustache, like in flight kind of. So that impression is, that's a whole lot of turbulence. I've never really looked at this card. Well, thank you. And so rising above that is excellent. This is better than hitting the ground running. Like, it's wonderful to start off in something new and just like you're so strong. You're so strong. It doesn't matter if you can fucking fly or not, but you're a fledgling, you fell, and you've got like these strong legs that can absorb the shock, and you're just running now. So like nothing's ever really 100% learned there because you haven't really learned to use your wings. I didn't even think about it until now, but yeah, you haven't learned to use your wings. So it's like, well, you have to get back up there again because like, what are those wings for? And so, I think it's maybe like when maybe not everybody gets it on the first try, but at least you're strong enough to like get some momentum. You still survived it kind of energy. And so yeah, I think there's an overhype with all of that. Somebody might have like some severe cramping over here because I just started to feel it like right over here, I don't know, a minute or two ago, and I don't do anything. um um I'm gonna remove this energy from here. I_C-0. Obviously you don't, you're just, you you're a waste of space here. Let's go ahead and remove that there. Nobody needs to have you cluttering this realm here. Is it wrong to learn from different readers or intuitive readers? No, it's not wrong. That's how I learned too. I don't suggest it ultimately because you're sharing, like, you don't know how people conduct themselves privately, or especially with pre-recorded readings, or like if they pre-pick the cards, you know, like I've learned through, I would say, witnessing, I would say thousands by now in the past 5 years, thousands of readings. Like I just like, eat it all up. And I wouldn't recommend that. uh, um, I recommend you never exceed the amount that you consume, um, with how much you produce and practice. That is absolutely what I would recommend for anyone. Never consume more than you produce. Okay? Um, because even in the occult, you're giving more power, more like accolades, more credibility to others than, I mean, when you're starting out, I can totally understand, but make the extra effort in the learning, in the background work, so you don't have to do like exact, like, oh, because I'm digesting certain readings or even exposing myself to other readings, that I have to do one live or pre-recorded or whatever. Do your own private studies and you'll be good. I'm I almost said promise you that. I'm pretty sure. Oh, you have cramping? Yeah, I don't I just got it. It's gone now. So maybe you have claimed it. You have claimed it. I just started sensing that. Some say that, no, I got it again. What the heck? Anyway, shit. Okay. Maybe I need some crystals in that area. Or more water or something. There's something like it's firmly there. Or go to the doctors or something. It's it's like pulsating almost. I don't know. No worries. I think there's sensations. I don't actually think I'm channeling to receive that shit from you. So I don't think it's impactful for me. I think it's just a sensation, Mm. Yeah, it's great. So, if you're the one that asked about the learning stuff, let me see. Let me check. Yeah, you did ask about readings. Since you are that, just be careful when you're going to other people's readings, because they might pick up on certain things. And if you project something that is absolutely truly wonderful, they might see it before you do, and they might fuck with you. You know what I mean? So just kind of like, that's why I highly recommend you practice more than you consume. Okay. All right. So anything else? Clarifier to that Ten of Swords kind of energy, the rebirth, the Phoenix energy. Six of Cups. Talking about friendships. So Goonies never say die. So even with shit that has gone down, and family or friends that have been affected along the way, their spirit never dies. And yours, or ours, mine and my divine collective, has not just become more pronounced. Um, so it, like, what do you call it? It penetrates not just the 3D, but other dimensions within this frequency. But within the frequency outside of the 3D, there, our friends, our family are still accessible. Definitely. So that's the, I guess, the incentive, also the reward in this type of navigation, this way of life. Okay. Any other gifts for this? Ten of Wands in reverse. So this is releasing burdens. Okay. Releasing burdens that aren't ours. And yeah. So if we go through this shit like this, when we go through shit like this, there are phases where we feel almost like a child again, like feeling helpless to what has occurred. Yeah, when others are hurt, or there's some I wouldn't say, it's not resentment, it's regret almost. And maybe I should have done this, or there must have been something that I could have done. That type of energy. Truly, in these things, there's only so much that you could do. So basically, to prove it, prove success is that we're here in this calm state. That turbulence within this facet of like craziness versus turbulence in its realm of like endorphin excitement. There is achievement that is unlocked in navigating both worlds with trust. The calm frequency of trust. Okay. All right, I think I'm going to do takeaways now. Okay, I'm going to do one with, yeah, I'll just do one here. Yeah. Let me get one thing here, though. Like a dream inspirational card. Should I put these two back? These were from yesterday. I haven't said it in my readings, but every time I pull this card, I also get things on my feed like girl with a dragon tattoo, and she has like a dragon tattoo. I just don't mention it in the readings because I'm like, I don't know what that. I haven't even seen the things on my feed because like I don't know what it's about. I don't know what. Oh gosh, I shuffled it a little jumbled here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that I don't know what that is. I've heard of that movie, but I don't know it. I feel like maybe it's so trendy and so obvious that I don't know. I figure it's, I don't know, irrelevant, but it can't be because I never said it. I never looked it up, but yet it's on my feed and the card keeps popping up. So, all right. All right, dream inspirational cards just for me, just for To the Inner Wild first. This is a long lineage of Buddhas. Yeah, it's in reversal. So, this is part of my origin story. You see? I've been raised by the mostest, the hostess with the most. You see it? Like a box within a box within a box, but they're not boxes. So that's in reversal. So in training me, they have to be objective, like to each their own. So they can't impress, they can't project their own stuff onto me. They know that. As Buddhas, as guides, they cannot force their wills upon me. They can only like steer me and enlighten me with certain, downloads and hit the refresh page and do this and like, they can help me navigate. And tune me into certain frequencies, but they are not, they're meant to be objective. So they're not meant to be like live vicariously through me, like, oh, was it I never became a pilot or a like varsity football, like professional, league player or whatever, because I don't know, I sprained my, knee or something like that, and so I'm going to forward that desire onto my offspring, so they understand that, so I have a sense of freedom there. So this is just for me, to the inner wild. Okay, and then one for my new partner in peace and quiet. Yep. Just like that. Oh, it's a ship is coming in. This person might be international, because this is okay. So it's like that upright. This is in reversal. Yeah. So he's amidst navigation or amidst travels. A little bit incognito, because it's like, where's Waldo? But he's just like right there. Almost monumental in his figure. Like he's the one steering the ship. He's the one doing the navigating. So this is a person in command. Officer in command, chief in command, something like that. Anyway, you see that there. Fairly traditional, because I would say that they celebrate also holidays. But yeah, traveling. Incognito. Traveling. International. Somewhat international. International could mean a lot of things. Like maybe they have a residence, outside of the U.S. Maybe they travel frequently. Like what they call military brats? Maybe they have a history of like bouncing around from place to place or being stationed in different locations. Maybe yeah, so or maybe they have vacation homes. You know what I mean? Like it could mean a lot of things if it's international. It could also mean that this person has a yacht. I think so. I just heard the door close. Shut the front door. I don't know. I've never been on a yacht, so I don't know. Or I was thinking maybe like before that happened that they're wealthy enough to own a yacht. But I think they have a yacht. What qualifies as a yacht anyway? Is it like the volume of a ship? I don't know. Would you even call a yacht an actual ship? Or is it a jet boat? A massive jet boat? I don't know. I don't know. A luxury boat. But like, I don't know. So I have no idea. So I have to look it up. All right, anyway. So, these are, freebies edition. I guess, there's an implication here on expansion. And so what you could safely assume from that, the range of possibilities you could derive out of that. Yeah, I feel like that. Okay, so then since that's the case, okay, one for my divine collective. Like that. Like that. Okay. Oh, I've had this before. So this is in reversal. Okay. There's some kind of, I think, a phoenix at perched like on her glove. Let me see. So this is the only one that appears to be magical in these premises. It's almost like, what do you call it? What's her name? Game of Thrones, is that what it is? Khaleesi, not Khaleesi. Dragon Lady. So internal, external, internal, energy. So this keeps telling me that it's external. And I'm like, how is my divine collective going to be excited about that when it's not them? Because I know the nature of the beast. But this is more like, this is in the becoming. This is the patterns that depict this to be, an upright. That this is, how do I say it? These are the impressions that like when you're facing your fears and being like absolutely extraordinary, you're unlike the rest, you acknowledge it, and so you're moving accordingly. So and it's most youthful, like spry version, like confident. And so like you realize everybody's doing their own things and they're locked into that, which gives you even more permission to step out and face I wouldn't really call it fears, only fears because it's just highly unfamiliar territory, almost like in the league of magical, and so it just doesn't seem like practical. You know what I mean? So there's some adventure in that, and so because you're engaging in that step by step, it's giving the impression of like becoming that kind of energy. So that's why they're saying it's external. It's beyond your now moment, but your now moment is a part of it. Oh, thank you, my darling. Um, I'm gonna remove any kind of bullshitters. They, like, people know that they're bullshitting when they come in here. You know what I mean? So I just gotta. Oh, thanks for the sub. Thank you, darlings. I don't really have any words to waste on it. I just know, like, when people step in with this rehearsed, like, let me just copy and paste different phrases because I just came from a gala of people trying to, like, fuck up people who are, doing well, It's just like, it's part of a lower level agenda and they feel like they're part of a bigger picture. So I wouldn't deny that these energies find themselves somewhat purposeful, but I also more so do not doubt that they're trying to earn some kind of like prestige in being delegated these tasks to earn points to get into like a certain environment. Like, can I have a bit of elbow room, please? That kind of energy. And yeah, I'm pretty sure like it's all like cookie cutter, you know. So I don't know. There's that. um Now, somebody asked about dreams. Like, if you don't dream, what does that mean? Kind of thing. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Personally, I feel like mm, when you don't dream too much, you live life, your waking life, in a great deal of stress and anxieties. So your sleeping moments aren't truly restful, that they're just more like functional. And so there's like a degree of inhibition that overcomes you so much that even during your rest and your slumbers, even in your subconsciousness, they are so overprotected, they're so guarded, there's, like, I feel like that. Because I've kind of been there, and that's what I would say. All right, so takeaway time. Okay. Here. Okay. So 2 from my Divine Collective. Okay. First one. Lovers in reverse. Wow. Is this internal? External? Is this upstanding? To be determined? Or yuck? It's to be determined. To be determined connections. Are they really going to stick? Are they going to bond? Are they really true? So freebies, okay? So maybe the divine, the ultimate divine, the most high, and the deviations of the most high, okay? Friends of the most high. Maybe they are doing the numbers game on us. Like, let me set a volume, like a certain ratio to you, and you see what sticks, what doesn't. Okay, it's for you to decide. It's for them to decide. It's like a co-piloting thing. Maybe, like, we'll do that, because something's got to stick. Something's and even so, like, let's send you another batch if that doesn't work. We're not going to judge if you're picky, if you're not, whatever. We're not going to say if you're a hoe, or if you're too selective or being too picky. You do you. They do them. Okay, we're gonna send you batches. Okay. um yeah. All right, so your clarifier for that is temperance in reverse. Yeah, so there's going to be an influx. It's yeah, inundated. So you're going to you're making probably a lot of contacts. No, it looks like you are soon to be making, or you're seeing signs of it, a lot of contacts. Even, like, maybe it appears to be more crowded than usual, and you can't just, like, fully explain that through, oh, it's the holidays, like on the outskirts. There's a lot more people around. Yeah. Okay. All right, so your second takeaway is, okay, Ace of Pentacles, extroverted in reversal. This is hold on real quick. I don't know what's going on here. People have such formal introductions. It's crazy to me. It's crazy. All right. So anyway, your second takeaway is a formal pitch from the divine. It's straight to you. Okay. This is not like your one and only chance. So don't get freaked out by that. This is like the formal, like, frisbee. I usually get this as the golden ticket. Okay. So this is a golden opportunity, it looks like. You see? But it's like neon lime green. So you're like, wait, okay. At least it glows in the dark, so at least I won't miss it, if it comes in the dark, or incognito almost. So your clarifying card for that is Again, this is freebies, and this is kind of like Frisbee format. From your one and only, the Most High. Just like that. Eight of Swords in reverse. Oh, this is your ticket to ride. It felt kind of like that too. So it's extroverted. Not only is it upright, like first-hand account, like this is your ticket to freedom. This is like freeing yourself up. We started off kind of like that too. Anyway, and it's extroverted when it landed on my like forearm. So this is, I think they call it tennis elbow when you do too much. It's almost like arthritis in a localized area, and this tends to happen for at least like when you go hard at a sport that you haven't, like if you've never done tennis before, it feels like it's like throbbing, like it's like in pain right over here. I don't know if that's tennis elbow or not. Maybe it's near that. Anyway, the only way to like kind of like calm it down that I've noticed is like to massage it, but you have to massage it constantly, constantly, and sometimes ice it, but like just like my hand got so much, you know, I just like this is what worked for me, you know, like that. And it would last for like a day and a half to 2 days, like nonstop. And so anyway, freeing yourself, and it like fell ultimately like that. So it could also mean like tapping. Oh, you know what? Some might also be in the position of overcoming you know, like what, heroin addictions, or maybe someone's health. Yeah. For a certain percentage. Yeah. Um uh maybe there's like you know, like the something with dialysis. Either you got freed up like on the waiting list in order to get that done, or your health has improved, and there's no need for that. Okay, so, but okay, back to like the forearm thing. Freeing yourself up. Yeah, and so there's a pitch. The divine is saying like, hey, I know you've never done this before, etc. But like, I wouldn't be proposing it if I didn't see that you know, were anywhere in the league of showing up for it, you know, well, at least even decent at starting point. And so look, I'm not into the game of embarrassing myself either, so you can safely assume that I believe in you. To, you know, like as starting point, well enough to propose this to you. And so you're like, okay, yeah, I'll go for the, you know, let's play some tennis. Yeah, sure. And then you navigate and you're like, oh, let's not at 2 o'clock, because that's, you know, when it's super super duper hot. So maybe like in the morning, maybe around 10 o'clock, and we get a bit of sun, and it's you know, so there's a certain degree of um free will, holding hands with willpower to engage in such an activity. And so you'll see that. And doing something like very out of box, you're going to find very freeing. It links up with something else. I don't know what. You're going to decide for yourself. Let me see here. Yeah, so there's that. Okay. Anything else? No, I think I covered all bases on that. Yeah, it's a little lighthearted. Okay. All right, so 2 takeaways for my new partner in peace and quiet. My new and improved partner in peace and quiet. Ah! Okay, first one. Okay. Hermit in reverse. Ah, They shall make themselves known. Actually, it's yeah, they're stepping out of the cave. Look, yeah, they shall make themselves known. But it's not like so obvious. Well, it is kind of obvious, you know, but it's not, I wouldn't say it's like scheduled. It's almost like synchronous. What? Okay, so this is the freebie edition. Synchronicity. It's almost like being stranded on an island, and or you just got stranded on an island, and you see upon being stranded, you're like you're you're freaking out a little bit, but then you see someone greet you, another form of life. So there's it's similar to that. Yeah. Okay. Death in reverse, transformation. Okay. So there's again, like I talked about in more recent readings, exiting a portal like simultaneously. Remember that boy, like what is it? His name is Five. But I forget what is it, the boys? No, it's not the boys. It's I don't know, some Netflix series. I forgot. Anyway, you saw it in my last like channeled music playlist thing. So anyway, entering like or exiting and entering a portal like simultaneously. Transformation. So that is a freebie. Like, oh wow. That's cool. It's kind of strange, but at least I'm not like in this Jumanji field, you know, alone. I at least know you're new to it too, you know. Yeah. Okay. All right. Unlocked gifts, freebie edition. Unexpected, I would say. Unexpected encounters. Okay, our second one is Four of Swords in reverse. This transformation has to do with the healing process, but also like something well thought out. You know that you didn't just like stumble like upon, I don't know, like the person you see across the street isn't like is someone credible. You know, you're credible. There's got to be something going on over here because like you're not an ordinary person. Okay, there must be some like greater workings in mind in order for this synchronicity to happen. But also, I feel like I've overcome a lot of like a hellhole. I've exited a hellhole, a whole lot of hellhole. And so, there's that. Okay, so the freebie is like, I've exited. Okay, I did not understand the exit plan completely, but that's besides the point. I got through it. I accepted it, and I got through it. Okay. Clarifier is, again, I'm like getting Mr. Toad's wild ride. Okay. 9 of Pentacles extroverted. And I'm doing good. Like my field is good. I am abundant. I came out and there's something about I looked after my own crops, my own field, and it shows. Like, that's what I can bring along, like the impressions of it. Yeah. There's also something about like a seeding effect within one's person, where you know, like what everybody sees, like, oh, you've blossomed. But there's like you're actually a freaking bouquet, you know. There's all kinds of things, like you're an alfalfa sprout, you know, like a chia pet actually. And it's like microcosmic sense, you're a chia pet. You've grown tremendously, not just like, oh, a blossom one thing. No, you're like your own ecosystem. Like you've traveled here and there and far and wide, whatever. And so as a bird, you pick up on little seeds here and there. Okay, those are your gems. And now you have flourish. You're this bouquet of a chia pet and not just one species. So that's wonderful. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so over the course of time, yes, there you are. Okay, my 3 takeaways. First one, Queen of Wands, abracadabra. Clarified by Knight of Swords, moving quickly. So this is quick navigation too. Yeah, like the tide is high type of energy with primordial, like old like prehistoric sea life. Interesting. Okay, so moving, like, this is kind of like walking on water. But it's like baptized by fire through the walk, like when, like, moving so quickly that the water's on fire. So it's like, I don't know if that's what they're saying. So they're saying, like, I got myself through this for sure. So the freebie in this is not just gaining momentum, but also seeing what it can do and where it can bring me. This is knowing that I can work with opposing energies, and the alchemy is so on point that it produces, like, like a film of protection. So, like, what is it? When you, like, boil water, or boil, like, or heat salt or whatever, there's that layer of protection that that allows for something like impressive and something that we don't ordinarily learn, something that's also proven to be scientific. Here, that's what they're showing me. So I guess in the future, my alchemy will be proven to can be proven to be scientific. In the here and now, I don't know so much about that. I think there are a lot of distractions, but that's what they're showing me. Okay, the second takeaway. Oh my gosh. Okay, second takeaway. Okay, freebie edition. Okay. If mine is 5 of Wands. Is this competition? Is this a fight? Fight to the finish. It's almost like death becomes her type of energy. I mean, like a dislocated neck kind of energy. What is this? Since you're asking permission if it's okay to subscribe to my channel, I'd have to wonder and at least provide the context that if you mean no harm and do no harm nor disrespect, then you can subscribe to my channel. If you want specifics on that. All right, 5 of Wands. So is this contending energy? I don't know. What is this? A second takeaway clarifier on this freebie edition. 5 of Swords in reverse. Okay, so the freebie here is that people will try me, even with the caution that I threw out there yesterday, or yesterday in my previous reading. People will still try me, but I don't need to. I can forego those fights. I mean, this is master number 55. This is a master adventure. Like, not only do I have bigger fish to fry, there's so much more to catch. I have no business catching feelings on whatever shitty proposal somebody's trying to, dish my way. just consider that one of the, you know, conflicts of interest, you know, ricochet off. Saying F off, it's ricochet off. Bon voyage! E, yeah, sure. All right. That's a freebie. Toss them. Throw caution to the wind. When I say throw caution to the wind, and that freebie is like hollering at people and look out! Heads up! FYI. Okay. My third takeaway is this way. A sun card. Look, happiness is a warm gun for sure. Pew pew. Look out! Heads up! So, you know, this summertime madness. It's actually a lot more peaceful to be around that kind of energy, despite, you know, even in spite of all this stuff going on. What is it? It's killing with kindness for sure. All right, my clarifying card is the Lover's card. Oh my gosh, this is in the sunshine of your love for sure. That's so crazy. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my god, that's crazy. What? It's extroverted too. That's crazy. Who this? Who this? Who we talking about? Okay. Let's just leave it there. This is also self-actualization, like, come and get me. That kind of energy. They're not like free hugs, because like I'm a lot more guarded than that. This is who's gonna do the matchy match outfit? Matchy match, matchy match, match. You know, kind of energy. But not like gimme energy, but it's like if you're there, if you do that, you know, that kind of energy. Yeah, so that's fun. Okay, that's it for now. All right, thanks very much for all donations provided in and of light and love that reciprocate equally and therefore most abundantly. But now that this reading is officially over, I call back all my power, energy, essence, gift, strength, properties, passions, pursuits from those that call upon cash, generate, bring, magnify, multiply, or any variation thereof the aforementioned ill will, intent, thought form, pattern, and or entity to pass through the white light of the Holy Spirit for cleansings, for blessings, for reformatting to love and light energy, and to be refortified in me, only me, hassle free, no doubt, no attachment, except for all bonus points included. You gotta appreciate this. I don't think you really appreciate this. Okay, don't pay attention to my bottoms, okay? But oh my god, this is oh my god, slow down. Oh my god, slow down. Oh, that's so crazy, isn't it? So I don't know. Is every button buttoned? Oh my god, like, do you understand this? Do you understand this piece that I'm wearing right now? Holy god. Holy freaking moly. So delicious. The collar. I could button it up if I wanted to. Delicious. All right. So thank you for appreciating. All right. So, but now that this reading is officially over, upon closing the portals in this reading, I send all energies back to their appropriate locations outside of mine with their appropriate karmas due, assisting with a sequence of rollout. In light and love, I close the portals in this reading, or these readings. Now.